So, for a first video, I don't have a proper mount, so you cannot believe exactly how janky this is right now. Hopefully it doesn't fall. So this is going to be me basically, to the best of my ability, I'm going to refurbish a OG Xbox for my friend. I figure I'd start somewhere. There's going to be a lot of these coming in rapid succession because I like doing stuff, and this is what I like doing right now. So I'm going to do a lot of it, and then I'll move on to who knows what else at any other time. But let's get this down here. And my phone is out of memory, and it says it has 6 minutes left. That's awesome. Anyway, this is, don't fall. You're gonna fall. Oh crap. Raise it up. Call that good. Yeah. There we go. It says I have 6 minutes. So this is my body system. The case is pretty decent shape. I got another one over there that is might be a little bit better. We will see. I gotta clean multiple ones up and see how it goes. I've already done a soft mod, so I've already started setting that up. I'll do that to a fresh one later. I got another 1.6. I'm gonna be doing caps are blown on it. I'll be doing that from fresh. So this is just gonna be cleaning this one up. So if he wants to watch this and critique the crap out of me about how much he can tell I hate this, specifically talking to a camera. Normally I don't talk to anyone or anything. I just sit here and listen to music and do all the stuff that I want. It is this is very loud. All that stuff's very loud. I'll clean that up in a minute. I don't know. We're just follow along, I guess. I have to pause it as I go, and it looks like I'll have to delete some stuff. But some of the hard stuff's already done because I've already taken the case screws out, and I've got screws in here. Already taken a bunch of it out. I've got to. We're gonna pull this apart. We're gonna lubricate everything. I have got. Where's it at? Let's see what got cap kits for it. So we're gonna do capacitor replacements, making it as new as possible. It does read discs, so hopefully it will read discs for a very long time, especially since the hard drive is gonna play games off of it. So any of them that for some reason won't play off the hard drive, I know of a couple already that I for some reason can't get to work. If he decides he wants to play them, we'll cross that road when we get there. So I'm going to move this because that's loud. And we're going to get down to the bottom of cleaning this very dirty thing up. I have one that's a little bit cleaner looking, but not really because it has some cap residue because this has started to leak. And I figured this would be the easiest system because they seem to be the most reliable out of some of the original ones. Generally. So we'll start with this. I've already pulled the screws out for a lot of things. And you can kind of see, I think this one's set next to some incense for a lot of its life. So that's gonna get cleaned up. I don't know if I'll use this case. I probably won't because it's a little dirty. I've got some cleaner cases, but this is the best looking motherboard out of some of the ones I have that I planned on using. So I had another one and I screwed up and blew up the DVD drive. So let me go ahead and get my tool for taking these screws out. good rule of thumb. You can take screws out with these. Do not put them back in. You will break stuff if you don't know what you're doing. So, pop this motherboard out. Take these screws. There is many more than I can count. Maybe I'll remember to mention that at some other point in time. Or I'll do it right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10. So, my fat fingers can't reach that one. Generally, the same screws as some of the DVD tray stuff. So it's very, very usable, very universal. Do I have my, yes I do. My curious little magnet. And I'm out of space. So I had to switch phones because I know what the hell I'm doing. And I ran out of space. So I have to take a bunch of stuff off of there and figure that out later, I guess. A friend of mine's getting me he's gonna give me a camera that apparently can hook up to my laptop, I guess, as like a webcam kind of thing. So we'll try that. Anyway, so back to this. Swing down, but don't fall. Can you see that? Yes, you can, I guess. Right there. You can only see that part. Alright. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Are you going to fall anyway? You're going to try to, but let's see, that's good enough. So we'll get back to it. Yes. Continue this restoration. Hey! That kind of works. Gives me more room. Alright, so we're going to refurbish this. Got some caps for it. Already said that. Anyway, ignore that. I have got a cap kit for this thing. This has been, I've already discharged this, so you get to go pull these out, and it's been plugged in at any point in time recently, you know, last few weeks or whatever. Watch out. This bad boy will want to shock you pretty bad, and it can hurt and has potential to kill some people, so watch out because you got some big ones in there. That's dirty as hell. We are going to clean that up in some isopropyl alcohol. It is also, that is so dirty. Why is that so dirty? I don't like that. I'm going to change this power supply just out just to be safe because it is real dirty. I've got a cleaner one. A cleaner Delta. That one's a Delta power supply. So we are going to grab all of these. I got all the screws I need. Put this over here. Alright, so I got all the screws out, so the motherboard should lift. Oh, hey, don't forget the controller ports and the eject and power button cables. Because I just realized I forgot that just now. I was about to re-yank this bitch out. So, pop this out, get out of my way. Bam. There's a nice, very dusty 1.6 board. It's very clean on the bottom though, surprisingly. We are going to set that aside here and continue with the removal of, is that actually adhered to this? Yes it is. This is all very dusty. Pop these controller ports out. I don't know what to do. I guess I should just talk, because some people talk, some people don't. I don't know how to do time lapses yet. So how do I know what I'm doing? I kind of don't. I taught myself most everything as far as repairing consoles and things like that, just because poor will do that to you, being very poor. And nah, not very poor, just kind of. You oh yeah, so this thing has been near some, there's another, this thing was near some incense. I may not use this case. I may clean it up and see how it turns out, but the bottom is really nice, so I might use this case. The bottom, the back, the front is I got a better front from another one. I don't remember. You've got to pop out this fan. A little pry tool and pop. There's two little tabs. There's a tab on each side that you will pop loose with this, and up she comes. Got a little slot she sits in. And this is, come on, let go. Stock fan. This one is very, I'm not faking. Maybe you can hear that. Bearing's going bad in it. Makes a very nice loud humming noise, just like all of them will. So this one's gonna get a, what brand did I go with? I've got an Evercool here. I don't know if I like it yet or not, but Nexus fan is usually the general consensus on what you want to use with these. They seem to do pretty good. I don't know what I'm doing because I can't remember how this comes apart. And she is thirsty. It's a nice little tool. I like it. I don't remember where I got it. I think Amazon or something. Let's see. So to do this, there's some tabs. I do remember that part. There's tabs on either side. Then also, this piece here comes off. I cannot remember which one comes off first. Like I said, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. Because somebody could be, obviously I don't know what I'm doing because that immediately broke off because that is brittle as hell. It's a good thing I've got more fronts. I am going to do that later because that sucks. I'm not going to break the other one. This is the one that I tried to take the front of the disk drive off because it was kind of scratched up and it just, the cover on it just cracked, which is kind of the nature of some of these old plastics. They're just going to do that. And I don't like how hard this is. There. There's one. That's one side. Yeah, there we go. That's one side. And I know I've got to, there's some down here. That you have to pop off. If I can get it to pop off. There we go. See, I only gotta lift them up and pop them off. There we go. It is very dusty. It's got some scratches. It's had something spilled on it too. But the good thing is I don't have to use this one because I've got one that's already been cleaned from another one that I had started. But I do like the bottom on this one, because even though it had some carbon and stuff, this shield is very nice and rust free, which is, in my experience, kind of rare. Put that over there. Talking to myself has made me hot because I am fat. And I want to pop this shield off so I can do a nice clean on it and the case. Come on. Let go. There we go. Nice. Yeah, some good spilled on it. Oh, that's not sweet. It is not rusted. Heck yeah. Well, there's a couple spots. We'll try to clean that up. Otherwise, that is a very genuinely clean shield. It's just a little bit of, oh, that actually might not be rust. It might just be some of that crap, whatever got spilled on the side of the case. Maybe just a little bit right there, but that's actually pretty good. That'll be hidden. That'll be hidden down in here. But all the vent holes look good. And I'll have to wipe all my fingers off and probably do a little bit of, I guess WD-40 would work fine for cleaning that up. Ooh, yeah, nasty. This is going to deserve to be, well, I don't want to mess, I've already cut the stickers, but I don't want to lose the feet in that, so I have to wash this by hand in the sink. Give this motherboard a good washing with some isopropyl alcohol. Only the best. 91% from Sam's Club. And take these off. I'm going to redo the thermal paste too. It's not necessarily needed, but I do want to get underneath everything and make sure it's all perfectly clean and none of that, whatever it was that spilled onto the side of the case isn't underneath anything. As far as I can tell, not really. Everything looks really good. I'm going to dust this thing off with modal duster first. So that actually cleaned up really good. I might not dunk it in isopropyl alcohol. I may just do some, I got a spray bottle here, I may do some light spraying and scrubbing. Just because I don't know who you are, person, but sometime way back when, at a time that I can't read, that person signed off on the board, which is cool. I don't know. Sometimes those little things I think are neat. So I'm going to try not to wipe off that, but everything's really nice, pretty clean. I can't get in here. We'll get these heat sinks off and I'll clean that up. And a little bit in here. I got some smaller brushes for that kind of thing. So we will spray and scrub. I think I will start with, let's get the heat sinks off, and I want to set this on. I need something to set this on that is not so loud and scratchy. That should work pretty well. Now, I've done this to my personal ones, but they always kind of suck trying to get them off. Getting these heat sinks off, they always kind of suck. You gotta be careful. You will break things, and if I break something, then I'll have to figure out hold on. Anybody else have cats that want to attack a door frame? I don't know if you heard it, but I could hear it because it's right outside the room. And it's very annoying. Anyway, I noticed my personal console is taking this off and re-thermal pasted them. So you don't really need to do it. You kind of don't, I guess, for most of them. But what I found is if you use some good thermal paste, repasting it does help cool it down a little bit, especially on the ones like this where we're going to put a better fan on it and run it at full speed. And since the full speed of the new Nexus fans is quieter than even, I don't know, about third or half speed of the factory fan. What am I doing? I'm looking for something. I like doing it because I personally have had pretty good results with that working for me. So the first one I want to get off is this GPU, and I've learned a trick is you push this down, push this over, and then you can tab it right off like that right there. I learned that from someone on YouTube. Who was it? Repair Retro? I don't remember. That kind of sucks. Memory sucks, so I don't remember who showed me that. But I did see it on a video on YouTube. It worked pretty good. And now I don't know. I may have to break out the hair dryer. Sometimes you have to warm these up to get them to separate properly. But sometimes you can give it a good wiggle and it will start to break on its own. But that one I think has been there for way too long. So let's go ahead and do that. Similar with this one is you push with the opposing, and then bam. That's way easier than me fighting it, because I had one where this had a particular bend in it, and I would use it to kind of pry up with my fingers. It never worked well. That worked a lot better. Thank you to the person that showed me that on YouTube. I don't remember. But hey, that one came off real nice, and that is some rock hard thermal goop. That, man, that is actually looks like it was spread pretty good, but very thin, very hard. What am I saying? It's supposed to be a phase change system, but everything wears out no matter what you do. Nothing is going to last forever, so these things are 20 years old, and you banking on that phase change thermal pads will last forever. You're just kidding yourself. They will break down, especially it's getting hot, it's getting cold, it's cycling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It will break down. So that's why I say I've seen pretty good results. How long it'll last? Will it last 20 something years like the last ones? I don't know. I tend to use some good stuff. I've got some Corsair in here right now, but I've got some better stuff that is definitely overkill. Crown knot, which doesn't really dry out. Not supposed to anyway. So we'll see how it goes. It's not going to, so I'm gonna definitely have to break that out and put some persuasive heat into it and get it softened up a little bit. So got the hair dryer. Normally you just use a heat gun. Do I have a heat gun? Yes. Do I know where it is? Kind of. Do I feel like I can go out and getting it? No. So I'm gonna do this, and then maybe the time lapse will work. That's all it took. A little bit of heat. It phase changed into a nice goopy, oily mass. So now that we got that, I am going to get a little, I need something to set this in, something small, so I can put some alcohol in it so we can start breaking it down. Just save me some time while I'm working on this. Had to get two small things, so I will put never mind, screw myself. Remember that thing about I knew what I was doing? I don't. So, bigger one. Didn't even need a second one, because they both fit in there. But preferably I'd like this to sit slightly proud so that the alcohol can sit underneath it. And I'll go ahead and just have that start soaking. Like so. That is more than many that I needed. How well will this fit? It shouldn't take way too much. So I'm just gonna, there we go. Let's hope I don't set fire to anything. It would not be the first time. If that seems surprising to anyone. Anyone that knows me, it is not. So go ahead and mix that around a little bit. Alright. I'll save this little thing for later. It's broken, so you can tell my wife all you want that I stole kitchen stuff. It is broken and the lid doesn't seal, so it doesn't matter. We're going to get down to the dirty business of cleaning this off. And it will take a while, and a lot of Q-tips, and a lot of paper towels, but I have my trash can, and I have, hey, I can put on time lapse and listen to my own music. So nice and clean there. Went ahead and did a little, you saw me do a little scrubbing just because look, there's some old flux. General rule of thumb, since we're going to be doing all this, start clean, stay clean, it'll be better. I still got a little bit of dustiness over here, but now that that's nice and clean, I feel much better that we are ready to continue with, I don't know. I'm going to do the recapping on this first, or find a power supply that's clean first. Don't know. I'm going to save yours a little bit with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting kind of late, so I might split it up into another video since this is pretty clean. Might be a couple things I might do off camera as far as cleaning is concerned, of touching up. The case, most of the case parts are secret little trick, run it through the dishwasher with just a tad. Don't use detergent, just use a tad bit of like Dawn or something like that. Use too much, it'll foam up and it'll explode everywhere. But you can use just a little bit and clean up the plastic parts. And just make sure you clean out your filter for any of the dust and stuff. But there's that. Everything looks pretty good though. Some of these smaller caps, really, these surface mount ones rarely ever go bad. It's usually the CPU caps, which these are blue and gold Rubicons. I think they're the ones that tend to last pretty good. I know that this Nichicon Gold is supposedly one of the ones that lasts a long time. But I do have some replacements for it. Where'd it go? There they are. Got some nice replacements of fairly decent quality. Nothing to write home about. Most of them are a pretty good hour rating and 105C rating, which is pretty good. It's better than most console 5 stuff. It's affordable. I tried putting a list together. You have to order so many from DigiKey or from Mauser that as many as I'm doing, I could probably save some money and get some better caps, slightly better caps anyway. I could pick and choose of what I wanted, but it's slim pickings, like, and even the ones that I could definitely get better all around for. Almost wasn't worth it, because trying to figure that out took a long time. But I do have the stuff saved in a little grab bag, like list setups that I can add to it and then just multiply from there. So it might be prudent for me to do that in the future, but at the moment it's not really needed. Not yet anyway. If we get down the road and do a lot more of them, maybe buy ahead of time. I do not have the money to be buying a bunch of them at once to really get some good savings. So now I'm going to sit here and think to myself of where I'm going to start next. If my buddy Redacted wants to watch this, he can watch it and see what all I have done to his new system. What did I do to his new system? Then he can. Happy birthday, buddy. I should have fixed yours like a freaking year ago, but I haven't. So we're gonna trade these, and I'm gonna fix that one, and I can sell it, and you can have this one. If of course, if I find a better one down the road, an even better one down the road with a better drive, I'll trade out that one too, because you deserve some of the kickback. You're having to deal with me and be my friend for all these years. So, promise you, I'm actually enjoying doing this for you. So don't worry about it. I know you're going to overthink it, just like I overthink everything. Don't. Stop it. Something you need to know is that when you do this, especially with really high proof alcohol, it's going to want to cool off and condensate a little bit. So you will need to make sure you let these things dry for a while. before you power them on. And also, whenever you do them, make sure you are blowing way up against like the CPU and GPU and the RAM chips and some of these other like MOSFETs and other chips and things, because that stuff, even though it looks like there's no space underneath it, there is space underneath it, and this will sit underneath it and absorb water, and bad things can happen. So make sure you pay attention to that, anybody that wants to do this or reference this. If you break something while watching me, it is your fault. I warned you. Anything can happen, because I've broke things myself. Now we're to the point that I'm just being a little bit OCD about it. And I guess now what I'm going to do is we're going to set this off to, where did I put it? Over here. Put this in my little pan. And then the next thing we are going to do is